Well, good morning and welcome to the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex and Expo Center. My name is Sharon Myers and I am extremely honored to be the executive director of this wonderful facility and to welcome you all here today. I'd like to welcome our special guests. We have Representative Mark Keller with us today, Senator John DeSanto with us today, and Mayor Eric Papenfuss. Greatly appreciate you being here. Extremely thankful for all the support that you give this facility. A huge thank you to Giant, and what a great turnout from your boards, your members, your store managers. Thank you all for being here. Also welcome the Hershey-Harrisburg Visitors Bureau, the Sports and Events Authority for being here today and for your support of the facility as well. We're here this morning to share some exciting news about the future of this facility. We are proud to announce and begin a new partnership between the Farm Show Complex and Giant. As part of that partnership, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Department of Agriculture has entered into a multi-year agreement with Giant Food Stores. This new partnership is a naming rights opportunity with Giant as the official sponsor of our exposition hall, which will now be called Giant Exposition Hall. Each year, more than 1 million visitors, family members, and friends walk the halls of this complex. They come for our large and most prestigious event, the Farm Show, and they come for any one of the 80 major events and the 300 meetings and smaller events that we host annually. Each visitor helps drive the tremendous economic impact that this facility is responsible for generating annually. These events draw visitors who eat here, stay here, and play here. They spend their hard-earned money here. Through continued investments and support, we are honored to provide them with a facility they can be proud to visit. Today, we have the opportunity to continue those investments with Giant playing a vital role in providing exceptional service to our guests and additional revenue for the local economy. I will now be proud to turn the microphone over to our 26th Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Russell Redding. When looking for an individual with a true passion for agriculture, the community, and a love for this complex, Secretary Redding is the gentleman that comes to mind. Secretary Redding.
Sharon, you're very kind. Good morning, everybody. This is cool, right? I don't know how to tell you, just if you've been in this complex and have been in this spot, just look up and just the sense that of light, of excitement, of inspiration that is in this rotunda. It's a really cool time. So great job, by the way, to those who designed the graphics and the messaging here. I'm not sure who all did this envisioning, but you could not have captured a bolder statement, a better statement about the marriage between Giant and the Farm Show Complex and agriculture than what is represented here to talk about the farms, and you captured the cows and the land that we love very much. Well done. Special thank you to all of you for being here, particularly our public leaders, Representative Keller, who serves on our Farm Show Commission. For those who are familiar, know we've got a governance structure. Senator DeSanto, representing this area, great supporter of agriculture, to our mayor, and each of you, to our president, Nick, thank you. Look forward to hearing more, but always nice to be with you, whether it's in your store and headquarters or here at the Farm Show Complex. Really appreciate the partnership, the strategic partnership between Giant and the Farm Show Complex. This is not happenstance, right? It's very intentional, the moment and how we got here, and we'll talk about that this morning. It's also appropriate, just speaking of the rotunda, and I shared with several of you when we were doing the Farm Show expansion, we had this dilemma. of how to marry our old complex, the older part of the complex, and the new and the expansion. And out of that conversation came this rotunda, right? So the symbolism of this is the spot that connects sort of history to the future. And symbolic, we're standing here in the rotunda to talk about what we've done as a complex and the work of agriculture and the proudness that we show for this and how we see the relationship with Giant and that future. So really important that we're standing here. For those who know this complex, you know on the front side of the Farm Show complex there are these iconic decorative frieze, right? And I'm always struck that this complex being 100 years is that even the forefathers saw the importance of recognizing that it's both about agriculture and commerce. And they are the two words that appear on the front of this Farm Show complex, right? So they saw both the need and recognition that we talk about an industry of, but it's also at the end of the day a business, right? It is about transactions. It's about engagement with people who are in the business of agriculture and the presentation of that product. Those two words, I also believe, could just as easily be on the Giant headquarters, right? It's about agriculture, it's about commerce. You do that well. So having you as a partner here with us today, I think is really important. It speaks to what we see as the future of the complex, the future of our relationship in that marketplace as well. Not just as a complex, but also how agriculture is presented in your marketplace, within your stores. Much has changed both in the industry of ag and in commerce, but our roots are in roots. And it's really important that we represent that in this partnership. We wanted somebody who values Pennsylvania, obviously the jobs, the economic activity, but also somebody who understood the important relationship between producers and consumers. Somebody who really valued what we have as the special characteristics of our state and that diversity and representing that diversity. But we also wanted somebody who understood long before a conversation of how do we represent the partnership in a more formal way, but somebody who understood the importance of representing Pennsylvania in your stores, in your market. That's the PA Preferred, the PA Preferred program. One of the early adopters of that program in Pennsylvania. That is the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, right? Carries the PA Preferred, means it's a connection to Pennsylvania. And you do that. So we appreciate that relationship. It set the stage for this one. So we arrive here today understanding that there are roots to your roots as well in the relationship. We very much value that. So on behalf of the Farm Show Complex, the Department of Agriculture, the governor, and each of us as citizens of Pennsylvania who stand in this iconic place of the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex, is that we extend our relationship with Giant in the marketplace, not just here today, but around the state and in your market. So we value that. We appreciate the relationship with you. Thank you for what you've done, and look forward to how we really bring to life and build on the good work of our relationship to date around PA Preferred, about PA agriculture, and doing that connection between agriculture and commerce. So thank you. Look forward to the comments, but thank you all for being here and being part of this really important day. This is a beautiful time and a beautiful place to do it. Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, I'd just like to assure everyone I had nothing to do with the design of this beautiful rotunda. It's not part of my skill set at all. The design was purely Giant and their team, so thank you very much to them. A little bit of help from PA Preferred for some appropriate cows, which we're excited to have up there. So thank you to everyone for the teamwork on that. I'm now pleased to introduce Nicholas Bertram, President of Giant Food Stores. Nicholas became president of Giant Food Stores, LLC in January 2018. He's a retail veteran of 20 years. Nicholas took the helm after working in Giant's parent company since 2013, where he recently led the design of the organization's new brand-centric strategy. We are extremely excited to have Nicholas as part of our Farm Show family and look forward to working with him.
All right. Well, a very good morning to everyone. It's actually kind of special to be here today. When my wife and our boys moved here a couple years ago, this was one of the first things that we actually did as an adventure, going to the farm show, and it's become an annual tradition. Not just the milkshakes, by the way. They actually enjoy going out and seeing the small animals getting taken care of and everything else. But this is a very special place. And today is a special day. Today concludes our year of celebrating 95 years in business. In 1923, the Javich family started this small butcher shop, two-man butcher shop in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. 95 years later, our headquarters is still in Carlisle. We've grown just a little bit bigger than that one butcher shop. We sell a little bit more than meat at this point as well. But it's been an extraordinary story. And throughout the year, we've been going to different communities and in different ways, just trying to celebrate all of those who stood before us and created this great company that we now get to be part of. And this is the end of it. This is the final one, and it's quite intentional. And it's actually probably closer to our heart than anything else that we've done. While giving to food banks and giving to children is certainly very important, we have a special place in our heart for those who actually produce the food that the world eats. And I believe that our Commonwealth produces some of the very best that is available. And I'm very proud of our company being able to serve that up through PA Preferred and in a variety of other ways, week after week after week. It really does make a difference. It's one of the things that gets our category management team out of bed and excited about growing businesses together. And today we kind of celebrate that, because every year when everyone gathers here, customers, consumers, people who are future agricultural leaders, whoever that is, this is a special moment where we get to celebrate what I think is one of the most noble occupations that's existed in the history of the world. And it happens right here in our Commonwealth, and it happens beautifully. And I believe that our company has a part in making that successful, but also a part in setting it to be even more successful into the future. And that's why we chose to celebrate. That's why we chose to be here. That's why we chose to put our mark on the building, because we want to prove to everyone who comes here that we're serious about the agriculture industry, and we do enjoy commerce as well. And, that's an important part of it. But everybody can win whenever we find these things to do and do them together. The PA Preferred program, as Secretary Redding mentioned, is very important to us. It's something that we're quite proud of. And quite frankly, it's something that we're interested in expanding. I think that it's fantastic in fruit and veg, and you're going to get to hear from one of our very favorite suppliers and manufacturers in the state, farmers, in just a moment. But it can expand into some of the other parts of the industry as well. And that's really the calling that our merchandising team and our operations teams have as we go forward, to really bring that to the forefront and make a difference in industries that are struggling right now throughout our Commonwealth. And I really do believe that we can actually do that together and win together. We've got over 100 PA Preferred products in our stores right now, including our Giant brand milk and eggs, which are 100% Pennsylvania produced. We're very, very proud of that fact. And again, we can certainly see expanding that even further. We're going to be here this year, and I won't tell you exactly what we're going to do, but we'll have our own little booth, and I see some of the marketeers who designed this absolutely gorgeous rotunda, and they have some great ideas on what that might look like. And so, I hope that everyone does come out for the farm show this year. It's probably going to be one of the best ever. I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't be, because every year more innovation and more ideas happen. So I just want to say thanks to all of our associates. We have a lot of local store managers here today, a lot of our category leadership team, and other folks from our headquarters. Thank you all for what you do. It's been an exciting year to celebrate, and it's fun to be acting like a startup again and really just getting started as we think about what the future might look like. So thank you so much, Sharon. Really do appreciate it. Best of luck to you as you continue to run this wonderful center, and we look forward to being a part of that in the future.
Thank you, Nicholas. Finally, I'd like to invite Gail Ferranto to the podium. Gail is the president of Bueno Foods, located in Landenberg, Pennsylvania, Chester County. Gail joined the family business and farm operation in 2006 after spending her life immersed in it. Together with her brothers, this third-generation family-owned business produces a variety of the highest quality, delicious, and nutritional mushrooms. If you don't see Gail at Giant, you will most definitely see her here at Farm Show. So make sure you stop by the mushroom booth to get your mushrooms. Gail.
She's taller than me. Good morning. It's really a pleasure to be here today. I wanted to first thank Giant Food Stores and Nick Bertram for inviting me here this morning and their ongoing commitment to the Pennsylvania Preferred Program and the Pennsylvania Farm Show. And also a very special thank you to Secretary Redding and Sharon Myers and everyone here at the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture who are steadfast supporters of the mushroom industry here in Pennsylvania. As Sharon mentioned, Bona Foods is a third-generation mushroom family run by my brother Peter and I, and we grow and harvest and package and ship local Pennsylvania mushrooms every day to Giant Food Stores. We're also proud to be a fellow Pennsylvania Preferred member. We have a saying at Bona Foods, "Here we go together." And in fact, it's even in our logo. And what it really means is we are always looking to form meaningful partnerships with our customers and consumers. Our partnership with Giant is such a wonderful example. We have been supplying Giant fresh mushrooms for over 32 years, and I believe we really have grown together. Giant understands how important it is to have Pennsylvanians support local farmers and by purchasing products made right here in the Commonwealth. Nearly 2/3 of the white button mushrooms consumed in the United States come from 53 Pennsylvania farms, family farms. There are third, fourth, fifth, and even some sixth-generation family farms. So we have a proud history of feeding Pennsylvanians right here. These 53 family farms work really hard. Just last year, these mushrooms produced 410 million pounds of mushrooms, and they employ approximately 7,500 people right here, harvesting, packaging, transportation, logistics, and trucking. In total, the economic impact of the mushroom industry here in Pennsylvania is $1 billion. So in addition to having a long history with Giant, Bona Foods manages the food court booth for the mushroom farmers of Pennsylvania. And this year will mark our 42nd year. And I'm really honored to have my dad here today to share in this celebration. He is a co-founder of Bona Foods, and he really believed that Farm Show was an opportunity for Pennsylvania mushrooms in 1977, and he continues his support today. I know I speak for all of the Pennsylvania mushroom farmers when I say I'm really excited for this year's Farm Show. As one of the Commonwealth's leading crops, mushrooms are proudly on display all week in the food court and in the mushroom exhibition area, as well as through sponsorships and other activities. Farm Show is really a wonderful way to interact with our consumers and showcase our amazing Pennsylvania Preferred products. So I'm really honored to be here today with Giant and with Pennsylvania Farm Show. So I and my brother Peter and my father and everyone at Bona Foods would like to congratulate and thank Giant for their sponsorship of the Pennsylvania Farm Show. Agriculture is so important to our healthy economy in Pennsylvania, and thank you for continuing to lead the way for grocers across the country to give back to their local farmers. And here's to a great farm show and to inspiring more Pennsylvania stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. At this time, I'd like to ask Mayor Papenfuss, would you like to say a few words? Never turn down a good microphone, right?
Yeah, sure. I thought it was important to come this morning because really twofold. One, the Farm Show is probably our biggest draw in the city of Harrisburg. We look forward every year to not only the Farm Show, but all the events that occur over the course of the year, bringing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people into the city to experience the city firsthand. And Giant is one of our great partners in the city of Harrisburg. They have really the only grocery store within the city limits in Klein Village, and are continually committed to the city of Harrisburg. In fact, they will be sponsoring our tree lighting ceremony this evening. So hopefully some of you will come down to City Hall, where we truly have a giant Christmas tree that we'll be lighting up. So it is a partnership which really represents the very best of of what's happening in Harrisburg. And we have an exciting year ahead as well with growth in the city, a lot of development happening in this very area. You may be interested to know there's a new parking lot being planned for the hotel behind the farm show. There's a beautiful new aquaponics learning center being planned for the charter school right here near the farm show. So a lot of development. The city is transitioning out of Act 47 into a really new future, a very strong future. The population is growing. The economy is really picking up, and I think this partnership here really represents the optimism that we all have as we're looking forward to the new year. So congratulations to Giant and the Farm Show for this partnership, and we in Harrisburg couldn't be more pleased. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Representative Mark Keller to the podium. We're very honored to have Representative Keller with us here today, and he is plays a very vital role in Farm Show. He's on our Farm Show Commission, so when I need permission, I have to ask him. So, Representative Keller.
I'll be brief, very, very brief. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. It is so important to us in the agricultural community to have partners and partners with the Farm Show itself. This is our key area, key building for agriculture in Pennsylvania. And I'm so happy, I'll say it that way, that Giant has stepped up and said, hey, we want to be a part of that because this is what makes Pennsylvania great. So thank you again for being a part of that.
And last but certainly not least, Senator DeSanto, would you like to say a few words?
Well, everybody said anything. Thank you for inviting me. I just would like to let everyone know that one of my #1 legislative priorities this coming year is to win the legislative horse team race at the Farm Show this year. I came in, so, all right, well, I'm going to win it this year. So thank you and welcome to everybody.
Yes, we have a number of celebrity events that take place during Farm Show, and it gets a little competitive around here. So the draft horse event that the senator was mentioning has changed to a feed scurry this year. Still draft horse involved, but it's going to require a little heavy lifting. So come with your muscles. In closing, I'd like to again thank Giant for having a real appreciation of the value and the impact of this amazing facility. The naming rights sponsorship is appreciated and will support our continued growth. We appreciate you being here, we appreciate your support, and look forward to having a very engaged partner to help us grow. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming.